Here's the deal. I make gnarly clothes, but that doesn't mean I have a dope brand. That doesn't mean I have a dope clothing company. It doesn't mean that I'm doing what I love. But if you know me, you know that I'm doing what I love. And I think it comes down to your choices. And I think it comes down to how you approach your brand and your clothes and how they get made. You know, most things that are made for the Louis Collective, I make. My shirts, I make them, right? If I get prints done, they're by my homies that love to screen print. If I'm getting hats made, they're being made by someone that loves making hats. Someone's embroidering my logos and designs on things, they better love doing that, because I'm designing all this with love, right? Like, I'm doing everything with and for love. Just like a dog, man. I'm like a dog. Everything I do is just because I want to, right? And so, like, why would I want something I love to be done by somebody that doesn't do what they love? That doesn't make any sense. So I think the biggest thing when it comes down to starting a clothing brand is just being really comfortable with your thoughts and what manifests out of your brain. Because if you're going to question yourself, or you're going to wait, you know, you're not going to allow that manifestation to happen. And then you also need to take into consideration how your pieces are being made, man. That's like numero uno. Most important thing is how they're made. How much love is being put into your pieces before your customers are getting your pieces. That's very important. And if it's not, stop making clothes. I mean, this is like a really simple concept, man, and this doesn't even apply to clothes. This applies to everything. If you do not love what you're doing nobody a service by doing it. You're not doing yourself a service because you can make money in other ways. You're not doing anyone else a service because they could get products that are made with love. But you're disguising it with this ego bullshit, and it's like, hey, let's just actually make some gnarly pieces. Let's actually allow people to wear clothes that they feel comfortable in. People don't buy your clothes because they fuck with you. They buy your clothes because they feel themselves in your clothes. They buy your clothes because when they put that shirt on, they feel like themselves. As a designer, somebody that makes clothes, man, I have so much appreciation for that. And the fact that I've been able to create stuff that I just think is dope, and then people have been able to feel that from it, that feeling's magic, man. There's no other way I'm going to be able to feel like that. And so, you know, if you're thinking about starting a clothing company, or if you have a clothing company and you're just trying to figure out, you know, how do I continue forward, you need to love this. You need to love every part of the journey of making the clothes and bringing them to life. It's not about the clothes. It's not about the pieces, man. It's about how they got made. It's about what went into them. You know, like when I see a piece on somebody's body at a show when they're dancing and smiling their ass off, I'm not thinking about the piece. I'm thinking about what went into that piece. What love did I put into it? Because it wasn't like I just made it to hustle it off, man. No, I got my creation station. I fucking had my music going. I literally would stop sewing because I'm dancing around for a minute and then get back to sewing. That's how that piece got made. And now they're dancing in it, in the place that they love. Shit, man. I love this shit. Fucking love this shit. And so yeah, man, if anyone ever has any questions, you know, if you ever want to know, like, man, how do I find people for that? It's like really easy to get clothes made. It's so easy. Even if you're not even thinking about having a clothing company, like, don't be impressed that people are making clothes. It's like really not that wild, right? I mean, maybe the sewing thing might be a little wild to you, because that is kind of different, you know, given the model of how clothes are made and shit. But, like, you know, if you're seeing somebody getting prints done, like, do not be impressed. It's not hard. Literally, you could make something in paint, send it off to a screen printer, and you'll have it on a shirt within a week and a half. This shit ain't hard, man. But what is beautiful is that when you see people putting their heart and soul into making clothes, and when they put their heart and soul into it, you're like, okay, they made those choices. Like, that was what they saw in their brain, right? So yeah, whether you are trying to make clothes, whether you're trying to have a brand of any sort, number one thing, man, do what you love. And in a way, if you're just so focused around doing what you love every single day, you're working all the time, progress is going to be made. Your dreams are going to manifest right before your eyes. Peace and love, friends.